Kagurabachi is back with chapter 116, and it looks like we're finally getting into the Soga family, so let's get into it. The chapter begins with this girl waking up, and obviously this is Princess Soga Chiaki, Akimura's sister. She looks just like him. And then we cut away from her, but we're still in the Soga clan estate. Then we see the random sorcerer and Shiba's partner. I forgot their names, oh my god. And they say it's urgent that she had a dream about Shukoku. They're talking about Princess Soga. And then he tells Shiba's partner to be on his best behavior, because their sorcery organization owes their existence to the Soga clan. And then we get a text that says, the gift is passed down through the Soga clan. Once in every generation, it manifests in a legitimate female descendant, hailed as an incarnation of the goddess Itachi? She predicts threats to the land of Japan. And we see people sitting in this room with their faces covered, and who I'm assuming is the Soga princess is behind a curtain that covers only down to her face. The text then goes on to say that she foretells disasters such as earthquakes down to the precise date, hour, and location. That's broken. And the Datanseki was discovered through one of her prophecies, and they've been helping Japan for millennia. And because of that power, the Soga clan is the sole dynasty of sorcerers that holds sway over the government's very core. And we see a little Shiba head that says, our job is to serve as their liaisons. So Shiba's partner and the other sorcerer arrive at the meeting place, and we get even more text that tells us that not all the attendants are from the Soga clan, that this prophecy rite is attended by representatives of different sorcerer clans throughout Japan. And we see Kiora Sazanami, he's attending this prophecy rite meeting. That's cool, I guess. And the text tells us that the Sorcery Bureau, as the government sorcery agency, has an unspoken understanding with these sorcery clans. We condone their practices provided they keep a low profile and refrain from harming ordinary citizens. The prophecy rite is a ceremony that unites the government, the Soga clan, and Japan's leading family of sorcerers. It demonstrates the bond between all of them and maintains that understanding. In other words, Princess Soga is a symbol of that order. And so she speaks. 8 days from now, several people from Shokoku will come ashore at Yurakuhama Beach. They come in peace. Afterward, a ship will arrive bearing the royal family. And the random sorcerer that was with Shiba's partner says, we understand. Thank you. So hold up. If the Shokoku Islanders will come in peace, then what starts the war? I'm interested to see who attacks first. Okay, moving on. The meeting's over and we see Princess Soga is tired. I wonder what this is. Is it the effect of the prophecy? Because when she woke up, she also had a similar reaction. Or she could be sick because of her powers. We'll see. And her mother tells her to get some rest. And we see the servants, they're like, look at Mistress Chiaki. Until just the other day, she was a servant just like us. She looks so legit now. I don't understand. Wait, she wasn't always a princess? Oh, I should have just kept on reading. They say she is from a lesser offshoot of the family. Normally, someone like her would never be crowned as Princess Soga. The previous Princess Soga died at a young age before giving birth to a proper heir. And then 2 years ago, the gift of prophecy manifested unexpectedly in that girl. So, her and Akimura are from a lesser offshoot of the family. So, they're not pure bloods. Okay, that's interesting. And the other one says, but it's too bad she can't see her friends anymore. She used to be such a lively child, playing in the streets with the neighborhood boys. And we see Shiba, Rokuhira, Azami, and her. They're playing football. Okay, that's so cool. They're all childhood friends. I wonder if Akimura was as close with them. And speaking of, we cut to Akimura and we see him sparring with someone with wooden swords. He disarms the person and he's like, did you go easy on me? And in the guy's mind, he's like, nope. But Akimura's like, don't. I need to get stronger. I need to make the elite guard as soon as possible. Probably wants to protect his sister. Oh, we get a text that says the 5 top warriors of the Soga clan serve as the princess' personal bodyguard. And the guy tells Akimura that the only criteria he hasn't met is the age limit. He's good enough. If it was just about fighting skill, he would be a commander. And we get confirmation that he's 16. And so Akimura spots his sister. She tells him, training, don't overdo it. And he's like, but I want to protect you. But she insists, don't overdo it it. If you wreck your body, then what? He is pouting. He's like, right. And immediately she leaves. He's like, one more match. And then we cut to the mother and she's like, nobody says you're unsuitable anymore. Chiaki and Akimura, I'm so proud of you both. And Chiaki's like, So the mother asks, what's the matter? And then we get narration that says, the prophecies come in fragmented images, but vivid ones. Unlike normal dreams that fade upon waking, they're crystal clear. But sometimes it can be hard to judge. The mother says, tell me, even if it's something small, it might be important to this country's future. And so Chiaki says, in a clear vision I had, I saw Kunishige. I think Kunishige is in Tokyo, maybe. And the mother has this expressionless face. And she says, you think that boy has some bearing in the future of Japan? Chiaki says, maybe. He says, you never give up, do you? I thought we put an end to this after last year's incident. And a random lady is like, last year's incident? And so the mother goes on to say, that Koneshige boy and this girl were exchanging letters through a member of the sorcery bureau for an entire year. And the member is Shiba. Never satisfied, corrupted by your worldly desires to the detriment of your sacred gift. Forget that boy and that uncouth loudmouth. She's talking about Shiba. I keep imploring the sorcery bureau to fire him. We get this entire small panel of just small Shiba faces with his mouth open, like Pac-Man. So stupid. The mother goes on and says, you're the Soga clan's esteemed princess. If you go about consorting with some peon, imagine the disgrace. Okay, it's getting serious now. Your destiny is to marry a man from a well-born village and dedicate your life to this country and this family. It's a great honor. Relax, ma'am. Chiaki just says, I know. I'm sorry. Then we cut all the way over to Rokuhira. And Shiba tells him, you sure you're just gonna give up? And Rokuhira's like, on what? Shiba says, you know exactly what. Chiaki, of course. Want me to take her another letter? They'll never notice just one. Or I could take you there in person like a surprise reunion. And Rokuhira's like, you'd get fired for real. Rokuhira then goes on to say, it's better this way. I don't want her to get in trouble. I don't want to get her in trouble. A guy like me should just live for the sword. Man. Shiba's like, sure, if you say so. You're boring. And Rokuhira still asks, so how about that food? I'm about to drop dead. He still hasn't eaten his food, bro. Give him what he came here for. And Subaru from behind is like, hey, stick around a little longer. I'll feed you well. And he gives him rice balls. And then we get narration that tells us 8 days later, just as the prophecy foretold, 3 people from Shokoku landed on Japan's shore. They delivered a letter and left. The letter requested a meeting with Shokoku's royal family. It was written in Japanese. So wait, does that mean it's just Japanese people as well? Or maybe they know how to write Japanese? We'll find out. Then the last page of the chapter, it says March 20, the Irishima talks. Beneath the solitary pine tree on the shore of Irishima, the 2 nations meet to discuss the right to mine the Datanseki. And that's how the chapter ends. Whoa, so they're going to have a meeting on mining the Datanseki. But if this goes well, then there'll be no need for a war, right? So either the meeting just goes to shit, or one of the sides break the agreement. Either way, I'm excited. This entire flashback is like the foundation of the series we're seeing. It's being built up, so I'm here for it. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Don't forget, please like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time. Peace.